Hello, this is Tim Campsell at Action Coach Business Coaching with my Survive and Thrive Business Spotlight series. The purpose is to interview local business owners and promote them through my social channels and email database, as well as provide them coaching. This is a free service I'm doing because if we save every business, we save the economy. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Katherine. Welcome, Katherine. It's great to have you on the program today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Well, let's jump in by starting with tell us a little bit about yourself as well as your business.
Okay, I'm Katherine Kuhn. My background is in human resources. I've spent the last 20 years in HR. I just recently left the corporate world. In 2017, I started my HR consulting business. I found out that I was very successful, but not very happy doing what I was doing. I discovered life coaching in 2019, and really the rest is history. What life coaching did for me and hiring a life coach for myself totally transformed my entire life. And I really wanted to, at that point, give back to women. So many women are unprepared for what life is like in their 40s, and just the decade between 40 and 50, so many things are happening in our lives. We're at the height of our career. We're dealing with teenagers we've never dealt with before, and then we're also experiencing teenagers going off to college, and now we have an empty home. We have elderly parents now that we're taking care of. We have burnout related depression that starts to set in. Like, there's so many things that are happening in this one decade from 40 to 50 that, that we're really not consciously realizing. Is like, these are the things that we're up against. These are the challenges that we're facing, and they're challenges that we've never done before. We've never raised teenagers before. We've never had an empty nest before. And so I help women navigate that whole decade. That's why I say, like, just help them navigate that decade and really get the most out of it and keep their sanity, learn how to navigate those waters. So because that's exactly what I did when I discovered life coaching. So it's incredibly rewarding for me.
Fantastic. And I know you mentioned it earlier, but when did you go out on your own and with the life coaching business?
So life coaching, I really started in 2019. So January 2019 was when I started down my discovery path of life coaching. I went to Brooke Castillo's The Life Coach School. And that's a year-long program. And so we get certified at the end of the year. We get certified as life coaches. So that 2019 is really when I started down the journey of discovering life coaching, and then going out on my own at the end of 2019 and it's been a discovery to really zone in, like narrow down my niche, so to speak, and really get clear on who it is that I serve. And it's just been a process of continuing to discover and continuing to ask myself those questions of who is it that I do want to serve? Where am I best placed? Where am I adding the most value? And I really believe it is that woman in her, like, in that decade from 40 to 50. That doesn't mean that I won't work with other people. Obviously I will. It's just, it seems like that's the decade that really I thrive in that place of helping that person. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
So 19 was a year of learning and honing your skills. And then 20 has been a lot of COVID. So tell me, what's been the biggest impact that COVID-19's had on your business?
I think that it's been, again, just like one more thing that has one more challenge that we now are facing. And so parents, like, becoming school teachers and staying home and trying to figure out the internet and what's going on and how to they're at the height of their career again, right? So for my niche, they're at the height of their career, and now they're trying to figure out how to balance being a stay-at-home mom now, they're a teacher now, they're also still trying to juggle their own career. And so it's just, I think that for me, business is good. But it still is a different challenge for us all to try to navigate too. And of course, like, again, it's just one more challenge to throw into the bucket. I do hear a lot of people, though, saying, I can't wait until 2020 is over I can't wait, like 2021, like please get here like quickly. However, that, you know, like I try to caution against saying that because something worse could be coming down the pike in 2021, right? Like we don't know. So living in the moment and loving where you're at and being, learning to be good where you're at is really the magic. That's what I teach my clients how to do, is like love the journey, love where you're at right now, no matter what else is going on in your life. Because wishing your life away, you're just going to wake up and think, oh my gosh, like I shouldn't probably have wished all that time away, because I really should have spent it doing some other things. So, so while COVID, I think, is a challenge and it's an obstacle that we need to overcome, it still is like any other obstacle in life. It's like any other challenge in life. It's just a circumstance. It's how we deal with the circumstance that really, that's how we're going to get our results in the end, and how we're going to come out of it on the other side, right? Like we're either going to come out in a good way or come out in a bad way. And it's completely up to us and how we think about it, as to how we're going to see it on the other side. So yeah.
Wonderful. So Katherine, tell me, what are one or two actions that you took during all of this craziness of COVID to make a difference, and how has that been positively impacted in your business?
I think just outreach and really like posting more on LinkedIn, like posting more like I'm here, I'm a resource. I do offer free coaching. I tried to up my blogging. So I started blogging once a day to try to help people with free resources, just to get some things out there, get some tools and some tips and some tricks to help just navigate what we're going through from a, like from a thought perspective. And so really for me, it's just really heightening my exposure and heightening my outreach, just posting more on LinkedIn, posting more blogs, just getting myself out there, letting people know that I'm a resource. I'm a free resource as well. I offered free coaching during COVID for anyone that wanted to take me up on that. And I still offer free, like first session is free for anyone. So those are just some ways that I tried to pitch in and help use my skill set to help other people during this time. So, and I know we're approaching the holidays right now. And so that's, then I feel like maybe we kind of started to go up a little bit with COVID, and now we're going back down, and then now we're sliding into the holidays. And so not only do we have COVID to deal with, now we have the holidays quickly approaching, and that's a struggle for some people during the holidays anyway. So definitely just letting people know that I'm here as a resource.
Fantastic. So here's an interesting question, Katherine. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what mistakes have you made along the way that other entrepreneurs could learn from your experience?
Oh my goodness, I've made so many mistakes. But my mentor, Brooke Castillo, she really teaches us that we should be failing on purpose. We should be failing every day. And I think if that's the advice I could give, that would be it, is to not set yourself up for failure in a way that but because failure means we're challenging ourselves. And so if we're not failing on a daily basis, that means we're not challenging ourselves enough. And to record those failures. So that's another thing that she says, is to write that down. Like, what happened? Why did it happen? Because we always want to be stretching ourselves. We always want to be reaching towards that bigger goal. And if we're not failing, then we're not stretching ourselves. So I know one area for me is video. Like, I know this is like something a lot of people don't like, especially entrepreneurs do not like to get out there on video. And so that's been a stretch for me, is just to get better at putting myself out there in video. I feel like I've mastered the art of the written part, like doing the blogs and putting myself out there and writing. But video is still something I'm working on. So
well, you're doing a great job on this video, so congratulations.
Oh, well, thank you. This is easy. I think that when it's a two-way conversation, it's super easy for me. Like presentations are easy for me. Conversations are easy for me. but it's when I'm staring at a blank screen. That's the tough part, right? Because I can't gauge my audience's reaction to what I'm saying. And so it's tough. So for me, that's what I tell myself. It's tough.
Well, I love your advice on failing. Our founder, Brad Sugar, says that he doesn't fail. He either wins or he learns.
Yes.
And so I really love that perspective of failing is actually a learning exercise as opposed to beating ourselves up, right? And feeling like that failure and having that negative self-talk. Right? So thank you for sharing that.
And then like with Thomas Edison, he said, I never failed. I just learned 9,999 ways that didn't work.
Yes, absolutely. Right.
Yeah. I just figured out a way today that didn't work. So I know not to try that idea again. So
absolutely. What so much easier said than done, right? As we get stuck in our own heads and have our negative self-talk and our negative beliefs. Yeah. Wonderful.
Totally.
So, second last question here. I'm going to get your contact information so that we can provide that when I post this video. Anything else that you'd like to add? You mentioned a complimentary coaching session. Maybe you could tell us a little bit more about how that works and how folks can take advantage of that.
Yeah, if anyone wants to take advantage of that, they can connect with me. I have my calendars linked on my website, so they can go to www.katherinekuhn.com, super easy. I do have a link to my calendar there, so they can just book a free coaching session with me. It's super easy. Another way is like reach out on LinkedIn, message me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to answer anyone's questions that way. Just really, I think just the connection, just making connections. And if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling like you're alone, if you're feeling like you're the only one going through a situation right now, like you're not alone. There are people out there, myself, that I'm totally here to help anyone that's feeling anxious, depressed, whatever's going on in their life. I just want to be here as a resource to help. So yeah, and that's how they can get in contact with me is on my website. It's probably be the best way.
Fantastic. So I'll make sure to include those links in this post so that folks can get a hold of you. Last question here, Katherine. Tell me, what's been most inspiring to you during all of the craziness of 2020?
I think just like everyone coming together. I remember when COVID first started back in March, April-ish. And like even over the summer, going out, taking my dog for a walk, so many people were outside. And it was just so nice to see that like people that would not have been outside because they had to work during the day, right? They were physically at a place to work. They were working from home, so they had the leisure to go out and take walks. And it was just, for me, the activity, just like everybody coming out, saying hi, got to know your neighbors, got to know your neighbors' kids, got to know your neighbors' dogs. Like it was just, and then people were was pressure washing their house and trimming the bushes and mowing the grass. And like, it was just all the activity and everybody out. I think just everybody coming together as a community and just realizing that we're all in this together. And yeah, we get frustrated and emotions are high and there's a lot of confusion. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but we're all in this together. And just those moments of, and too, like seeing people sitting in their driveway. So they would like line up chairs 6 feet apart. And then they would be like across from each other, like sitting out in their driveway, just talking. I just thought that was so cool. And then like across the street too. So there'd be a group across here, and they're talking back and forth. And it just brought people out. I think it brought people out of the house and socializing more than they would have otherwise, which really was counterintuitive. Like since we were trying to social distance, it was kind of like brought everybody together more. So.
Fantastic. Well, Katherine, that concludes the interview. For those folks listening, if you've heard something that piqued your interest and you'd like to explore that complimentary session with Katherine, again, I'll provide the link information in this post. If you also heard anything in here where you're a business owner and you're struggling with something to pivot or work through COVID, I also offer a complimentary coaching session, so I'll include that information as well. Katherine, it's been a pleasure learning about you and your company today. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you for the interview. It was very fun.
Fantastic. Well, have yourself a wonderful day.
Thanks, you as well.
Bye
Bye.
now.